Alright, welcome back to another inverted episode of Crash Bandicoot 4. So this was originally going to have the 4 levels of this island, so that would include Nitro Processing, Toxic Tunnels, Cortex Castle, and Seeing Double. And Seeing Double is the timeline level of Cortex Castle, so they're kind of the same level. Anyway, the episode would have been like over 45 minutes long if I put all 4 of them in, and I also have to include the boss fight, the Cortex boss fight, because that is included in the inverted trophy. So anyway, it would have just been really long, so I'm just going to split it. I'm going to have these, I'm going to have Nitro Processing and Toxic Tunnels in this episode, and then Seeing Double, Cortex Castle, and the Cortex boss fight in the final episode of the inverted episodes. So there will still be one more inverted episode after this. We are done with Insanely Perfect. That the final episode of that should go up, I believe it would be, as I'm recording this, it would be tomorrow, so the 7th. So anyway, I had already, I did it again because I'm just an idiot and I don't pay attention. And the button on my controller that mutes your microphone was on. And you'd think it lights up orange. Like, hello, Adam. Your microphone is muted when this is orange. But no, I don't notice it, and I voice over the entire episode, talk about some really cool things, say some funny things, at least I think they're funny, and, I get to the very end and I realize that it's been muted the entire time and absolutely nothing I said was recorded. So, it's just, I've done this now like 4 or 5 times where I have to completely redo it because I muted, or because my controller mute button was on. So, it's just really annoying. And it's really annoying, like, I like that mutes my microphone, even though I use, like, a USB microphone, but it's just, it's just super frustrating when that happens. So anyway, the hidden gem is here in this corner, so you just gotta do a slide jump. You can see it right there. Just gotta slide jump to grab it. So anyway, that's the end of my rant of me being an idiot, and we're gonna get through this level, and then Toxic Tunnels again, and I'm going to talk about them again. So this level definitely gave me a little bit of trouble. I definitely kept trying this over and over and over, and it wasn't really that like it was difficult. It's just like whenever I'm doing these, because I've done it insanely perfect already and I know the level pretty well, I'm trying to do it as quickly as possible just because I wanted to get them done. And I'm happy to say that I have all of the inverted levels done. I have the trophies, everything associated with inverted levels is completed. So, I'm grateful now that they're all finished, but I still have all the time trials to do. I still have all the flashback tapes to do, so, I still have a lot to do. So, anyway, I was struggling with this. I couldn't get a consistent bounce going on these to just get all these like I did in the Insanely Perfect run through. But anyway, I finally got all 12 boxes. And we move on. I was just making sure I had them all here. So, but yeah, like I don't know. I just kept I would fall off random things, or I'd get killed by like a rat or like a electric roach thing, and I'd have to restart because it was just annoying to me. Like, not that I had to complete the level without dying, because I definitely die a bunch in the end, but I like to keep like a safety buffer. So like, if I get really close to the end and then I die, I don't have to worry about, already being at like 3 deaths. I can just keep going because I'm like, well, I'm almost finished. I should be able to do this without dying. Or if I do die another time or 2, it'll be okay. So, yeah, I tried to not die as much as possible. And I just kept dying to like really, really stupid things. So it was just frustrating me, and I just kept restarting. But this is one of the longer levels. This and Toxic Tunnels are definitely the longer levels of this whole Cortex Island dimension. So that's why this episode like 23 minutes long. The other one's only like 15 minutes or something like that. I don't know. I didn't want to post like a 40-some minute Crash episode. It just wasn't. I know I have in the past, but I've been trying to keep my episodes shorter. Just because I feel like I don't know, it just makes more sense. So anyway, this part is real pain. These wheels are always in like weird times, and you just have to try to figure out the best way to go to get crossed. But we did it. Still haven't died. If you die though, and it all happens at like the very end. After the very last checkpoint, I die like 3 times. So. Just like that there, like that rat killed me a couple times. That's why I was like making sure I killed him, and I was like creeping to get close to him. Because sometimes if you get too close to them and like you don't spin quick enough, they'll just body slam you with their shield. It's a pain in the ass. So this bonus, I didn't struggle with this one at all. I just went right through it. Pretty simple bonus. Only 22 boxes. There's no backtracking in it, which is nice because almost all of the bonus levels have backtracking, it feels like, in this. Almost fell off there. So this is the final portion, really, of the level. Right here's the final checkpoint. This is where I die, right up here. Actually, it's a little further up that I die. Oh no, I do die right there. And then I go almost all the way to the end and I die, and then I die again immediately right here on this wheel again. So I'm on 3 deaths at that point, and I'm like, well, I gotta make it, or we're gonna have to redo this. So I finally make it on basically my last life. Man, I'm still in like disbelief that I did that again. It really just makes me so angry that I sit here and record an entire voiceover for 23 minutes and my microphone's been muted the whole time. Like, it's unbelievable. I even have a background in like sound and like mixing, like audio and whatever, like live performance stuff. So, you know, I should know better about like things being muted. But it's just, you know, it's not really on my mind currently. I just wanted to get these done so I could do some other things, play some more Crash, try to get some more things done. Because I would really like to get back ahead. I've been so behind on Crash, and I've been like rushing, trying to get these episodes done. And it's just been frustrating. And right now Crash is the only thing that's going up, because I'm kind of just waiting for God of War. I don't want to have another game going on right now. I did start playing A Plague Tale Innocence, which is the first game, because I've never played it. And I've had it in my PlayStation Plus collection, because it was a PlayStation Plus game, and I just saved it to my library, never played it. So anyway, I've started it, and I have 2 episodes uploaded. They're just private. Like, I haven't posted them yet. Because I don't really want to start that, because I want to play God of War, and I'm still going to have this going on for a while until I finish this. So until I finish this, you're not going to see A Plague Tale. So we'll get to that when this gets over. Because God of War, I know, is going to take a while too. But anyway, so there's all 6 gems for Nitro processing. And I had said in the first attempt of doing this voice recording that I need to change my skin, because I've been using this balloon Crash forever now. I switched to a couple other ones, but I just didn't like them, so I went back to the balloon Crash. Alright, now Toxic Tunnels was not any better. Inverted and being able to die up to 3 times, it still sucked. And my main goal though for the first like, part of the level was to just get all the way through the gem path without dying, so that I could save. If I did die at the end of the level, I had extra lives to work with. So yeah, so that was my main goal. So a lot of my restarts came because I died in the gem path, which is probably the hardest part of the entire level. So, I mean, this level, I would say, is the hardest level in the game. Some people may disagree with me, and that's okay. But it's definitely a very hard level, especially if you're including the gem path. So we do this pretty much the same way that we did it in the normal run. I don't really change anything. Oh, something else I had mentioned in the first recording that was needed. I love this theme for this N.Verted, for this entire island. It's so cool, like the retro arcade style theme. It's just really neat. I think it's cool that, like, when you break boxes, you get points, and there's a score thing over there on the side. It's just cool. And when you kill enemies, you get 150 points. It's just neat. It's a neat little theme they have going for this one. It's definitely my favorite. There's no, like, weird, like, slow or sped up effects. It's just very retro gamer feel. It's pretty cool. So again, this gem path is just as difficult. Probably more difficult because it's flipped around, so your muscle memory is all messed up. Again, slide is the worst slide in the game for sure. I know there's a trick. You can line Crash's feet up with, like, the second thing in that grate, and then just slide from there, and you'll make it every time. But I don't know. Every time I try to do that, I just get electrocuted. So I'd rather just kind of try to do it with, like, a running start and slide at the right time. And it works pretty much most of the time. It's pretty rare anymore that I miss it, but it definitely still happens. So, but once I make it past that, I'm not really that worried anymore for this portion. Now, this red gem part is probably the hardest part of the gem path. Again, it's arguable and definitely my opinion. But this one just has a lot of moving parts, and there's a lot of ways you can die or lose your mask, but you just pick up the mask in this portion. So, but like this minecart part is pretty tough, and it takes a little while to figure out how to do it. And I do it pretty much the same. Instead of jumping, I just let the invisible wall push me off, and then you just jump over, and you won't hit the minecarts. I should have gone there, but I hesitated, so I just waited again. It always goes roach, rat, empty. So just wait till you see the rat and then jump. I almost get hit by a cart here too, but I managed to. So I should have went here, but I hesitated again, and you don't want to hesitate here because if you go too late, the third panel's going to be up in the electricity, and you'll either die or you'll lose your mask. So you definitely don't want to hit the electricity. Now the yellow part is definitely, it's definitely hard. There's hard parts in it, but I don't think it's harder than the red part, in my opinion. So this is probably one of the hardest parts. The rat here, you don't want to get hit by the nitro. And then this next part, I do it a little bit differently. In like I made a tip video for this, and if I could fix it, I would. But you can just literally bounce and land on the TNT, and then just stand there and let the pole pick you up. It'll be electrified, but you'll grab at the light bulb, and it doesn't. I guess the light bulb is not electrified, so you're fine. That's probably how that was intended to be done. So, the way I did it in my tip video still works. It's just, I mean, I was just trying to land right on the ledge, which it's not super hard to do, but it definitely takes more precision to do that than it does to just land on top of the TNT and bounce once and then let it pick you up. So, do it whichever way you want. I mean, they both work, but I would say the way I did it here in this is much easier. You just have to make sure you jump at the right time, because if you jump too late, the pole will catch you on the bounce and you get electrocuted. So as long as you're just standing on top of the TNT, you will be fine. You will not get electrocuted. But anyway, you saw I lost my mask on the bounce and block thing, because that gave me a lot of trouble. I couldn't get past it in this inverted level without losing the mask. So again, it's whatever. The mask is just a safety net. Doesn't mean much. You only get 2 in the entire level anyway, so there's no chance of invincibility. So. Now the rest of this level is not too bad. There's a couple parts that are a little annoying to deal with, but for the most part it's pretty straightforward. You don't have to go for this golden fruit if you don't want to. I don't think it would make any difference. You probably still would get the 3 gems for fruit, I would think. It's pretty easy to get, so it doesn't really make sense to not go for it. This part's just a bunch of platforming and timing, basically. Be careful with this roach, because you'll see I spin him and he blows up the TNT, so just try not to get too close to the TNT when you're spinning him, because if he hits the TNT and blows it up, it will blow you up. And that's never fun. It's not such a big deal in the inverted, because it doesn't really matter if you die, unless you're trying to do it without dying. But some of the inverteds, I'm pretty sure it's impossible to do without dying, with where the hidden gems are, but I died there, obviously. That death doesn't matter, but I died there. I actually really like this bonus round though. It's pretty cool. There's a lot of boxes and it looks super intimidating, but it's really not that hard. And I don't even know if this is the way you're actually supposed to do it, but it's just the way I've figured out how to do it. And it works, so. Like, I think you're supposed to bounce on that arrow. I don't think you're supposed to do a slide jump like that, but that just makes more sense to me to do it that way, so that's the way I do it. Because if you didn't do that and you trigger this Nitro trigger, it's going to blow up that golden fruit, so I don't know. It just makes more sense to do it that way. All this talking, making me have to cough. I haven't coughed hardly at all today. Alright, we're almost done. We have this minecart section, which the hidden gem is a little bit up here in a couple minutes. Well, in like a minute. If you kill these rats, they'll eventually stop coming, because it's just kind of like these carts just go in like a circle, theoretically. I mean, not really a circle, but like once they get to the end, they respawn back at the other end. So if you kill the rats, they stop spawning rats, because you've killed them. So you see, like, no more rats are coming. So it's kind of nice. It just makes it a little easier. You don't have to worry about jumping higher over minecarts because of rats. I like that new duck sign. It's hilarious. I've never noticed that before. So make sure you go up to the right here in this inverted. And the normal would be to the left to get these 3 boxes. And then I wasn't 100% sure where the hidden gem was. I knew it was somewhere in this area, but I wasn't totally sure. So I lose my mask here because I didn't know where it was and I was panicking. So, but it is further up here. It's literally like directly above this checkpoint, like way up high. So you have to get it from that wheel up top there. So once we get up on this platform, we can do a slide jump and pick up the hidden gem right there. Which we didn't even do a slide jump, I don't think. Did we? Oh, I missed it. So now we just get up the rest of the way and do the final portion of the level. Which, if you get here and insanely perfect, your palms are pretty sweaty because this bit sucks, and getting through this without dying is definitely a feat, especially after everything you've done in this level, like the gem pack, and all that stuff. Doing all of that without dying and then getting here and dying is the most frustrating thing ever, and it happened to me multiple times in my attempts. So if you're watching this and you still haven't gotten insanely perfect on this level, just keep trying, because I promise you, you will eventually figure it out and you will get really, really good at the level, and then you'll get it done and it'll be a big relief. So that pretty much goes with every level. The more and more you do it, the better at the level you will get, and you won't make the same mistakes you've made, and you'll eventually finish it. So, honestly though, these rats that hold the shield over their head could just like go to hell, like straight up. It's just garbage. The devs are serious trolls for this game, 100%, and they know it too. I just didn't take my chances when I was on platforms like that. So now we have a couple more rats that hold it over their head, but the rest, most of them here, is holding them out in front, so they're much easier to deal with. The very top one you don't have to even worry about, you can skip them. So like kill this one, but the one that's up there, the one that's upside, just skip them. Just watch out for the electricity. Spin the trigger and last 4 boxes, and there it is. That is all 6 gems in one run. So anyway, like I said, the Cortex Castle and Seeing Double are going to be in the next episode, along with the Cortex boss fight that's inverted, and we will get the inverted trophy in that episode. So I'll see you then.